What's up, y'alls? It's the Solomon Project, where it's not how much you make, it's how much you keep that counts. I'm your host, Richard Burns. How the heck is that possible? It's possible, y'alls. It is possible. Taking care of some settings right here. Taking care of some settings right here. Make sure there's no disturbance in the force, in the Schwartz. Let's just make sure of that. That's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted for us. No disturbances in the Schwartz. What we got here? There we go. Let's do a little sound check. Stuff that I guess I should be doing before I get on. My little sound checks. But that's okay. I suspect that you guys forgive me for that. It's a suspicion. Let's go. Let's check and see. And I apologize because I'm going to be chewing in your face. Let's go with the sound check. What's going on here? How's this thing not? This thing is operating like whoa. Like whoa. Wasn't able to do my sound check there. I don't know what happened. It should have just popped up and then bling bling in the house. You know what I'm saying? But it didn't do the bling. There was no bling bling with that. Let's go over here. Let's try it this way. Bling bling in the house. Let's go over here. Perfect. It's working. Jackson, what's going on, buddy? Yeah, you're back, man. I noticed that you're back. You went away and came back, man. You know what? I have to apologize to all y'alls, but I haven't eaten and I'm going to be chewing in your ear for a hot minute. Screen is big? Oh, well, you got something to show. Got something to brag about, man. You got a big screen. I would. What? Yeah, man. I do watch scary movies. I like scary movies. I like scary movies, and one thing about scary movies is that sometimes you forget what the hell you're looking for. You go on this thing. Okay, now I got it. So Jackson, please forgive me. I'm going to be chewing. And you, what's one of your favorite? Look, one of the original Exorcist. Man, that thing scared the hell out of me. That um, what was the one with Pinhead? What was the name of that? The one with Pinhead? Oh man, I forgot the one with Pinhead. Yeah, Halloween and Halloween, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, yeah. But Friday the 13th and Halloween, for some reason, that didn't do it for me. That didn't do it for me. What was the name of the one with Pinhead? where they unlock that box and it kind of and open up a gateway to hell. Hellraiser, yeah, there you go. I like that one. Another one that was scary was Event Horizon. You ever seen that one? Event Horizon. That was scary. To me, it was. That right there, scary. Yeah, those are the type of scary movies I like. Freddy Krueger, yeah. Yeah, I thought. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, no, I'm not. Terrifier, what's that? Let me look it up. Oh, that's from 2016. Let me see. Oh, with the clown. It's got a clown. A lot of people are afraid of clowns. I'm not afraid of clowns. A lot of people are terrified of clowns. Butter. That's not. Is that really his name? Butter. Butter. For real? Or are you just making that up, man? Come on, Jackson, man. Don't make that up. For real? Butter. I'm gonna look that up to see, man, because that right there, that's too funny. My man is named Butter. How do I get the name of the clown? Butter. Oh, there's 4 of them. Let me see. Name of the full cast and crew. Nah, man, ain't nobody named Butter. Butter. The clown's name is what does it say here? Art. Art is his name, right? Want to see what it? Want to see what he looks? Oh, hey, Brandon, what's going on, man?
Hey, Mr. Burns, how are you? Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday. Are you at your
Ooh.
job?
No, I'm at my friend's 50th birthday party.
Oh, all right.
It's just winding
Okay.
down. Everybody's getting ready to leave, and I was like, oh, my kids were on YouTube, and I was like, oh, I clicked on my thing, and I saw you were on. And I said, hey.
Yeah, I'm glad you came, man.
What's going on?
I'm checking out this. Clown. I don't know if you're familiar with this movie, The Terrifier.
Is that with that
Right
weird
there.
clown that?
I never saw it. I don't know. But
Oh
Jackson
no,
Jackson got to see it.
Yeah, it's a weird. Yeah. It's
Jackson
a
lied to me. He said
thriller.
his name was Butter.
It's one of those like Friday the 13th movies, you know.
Okay.
It's a new kind of psychological thriller, you know.
Pennywise. Yeah, let me see.
Yeah, exactly, like Pennywise.
I gotta. My son keeps calling his little sister Pennywise because of her forehead. Keeps teasing her. She has no clue.
Yeah. My oldest daughter, she's 30. She's 30 now. But when she was a teenager, she's deathly scared of clowns. So of course I had a big giant clown blow up of the clown,
Yeah.
and yeah, I put it on her door one night. When she went to the bathroom, she came back and was face to face with it.
Screaming and hollering.
Yeah, I was a fun dad.
Yeah,
She
you
may
were.
have something. She may have something contrary to. Where you at now, Mr. Burns?
I'm in Texas. I'm near oh, I'm already forgetting the name of the town.
That's all right. Texas, close enough.
I'm west of Dallas.
Okay.
I'm west of Dallas by, let me see, by a few hundred miles.
What fun!
I'm trying to find the name of this. What's that name again? What?
That's Pennywise that you got on the screen.
Right. DAOE. Who that is?
There's an amazing. All right, my brother's wife is a amazing cake decorator. She's been
Yeah.
like on. She's been on like the Food Network, stuff like that. And she made this is my buddy's 50th birthday, and made an amazing cake for him. It was a keg. I'm gonna show you what the leftover is real quick. I'm gonna sneak in. But
Sneak
it
on in
actually
there.
had
You see that?
what's that?
Sneak on in there. Sneak on in.
Yeah, yeah, I am. And they actually had a Jack Daniels that they could actually tap from the cake.
Oh wow.
You know, it was like a. I'm just gonna show you real quick.
Did I get it from the bar to shoot out the lights? Yeah, that'd be next time we get together.
What?
Did you see it or did it black out?
No, I saw it, man. That thing looks legit.
Yeah, it looks like a little cask, and yeah, they had like a little thing that dispensed Jack Daniels out of it.
That thing
So
looks
it's pretty
real.
cool.
That thing looks real, man.
Yes, yeah, she's like I said, she works on she's been on
Jackson says
what do you
hello.
call it? Food
Jackson
Network.
says hello.
What's that?
Jackson says hello.
Hey, how you doing, Jackson?
What?
Butter, 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 chicken dinner.
Yeah. Yeah. We make it fit, however, right?
Right. So yeah, they're winding down. My wife's just finishing up a plate, and then we're gonna head home.
What did you do that outdoors?
Their whole spread is outdoors. Yeah, well, they've got like a little.
Okay, I see
They're
it.
like me. They've got kind of like the same property as me, where we're kind of rural. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? We got an acre and a quarter lots, so it's not
How close are
suburb.
the neighbors? How close are the neighbors?
You got an acre plot, so they're an acre away. You know.
Oh, so that whole setup, that whole celebration right there, it's really not an issue with the neighbors, huh?
No, not at all. And out here, generally, unless you get some like I said, for the people to call the police on me for the dog, it was insane because the fact that we normally we move out to this area to be away from that, to be
Right.
able to do whatever the hell we want to do, you know.
Right.
So I'm shit. If they would have moved in 2 years ago, the neighbor had a gun range on his property, and he was practicing like with AKs and stuff.
And nobody cared, huh?
Well, it was legal. It's legal for him to do it. I could do it on my property if I wanted to. I'm not going to because
So why they calling the cops on the dog then?
well, they called the cops, but the cops didn't.
Oh, okay.
They were like, yeah, there's nothing we could do. What do you want us to do? You know. So,
They can
but it
call,
was
they
just
can call the cops on the dog, but they can't call the cops on some shootings, huh?
oh no, yeah, you can call the police on anything. That's the point, is that you call the police on anything, but they're not going to get involved unless because they didn't even with the dog. They didn't even they parked in front of my house and they sat there. They were kind of waiting for me to come out, which I didn't come out because I don't voluntarily speak, you know, unless I have to, you know. Um, but they parked in front of my property and they were parked there for a while, but I never went out and talked to them. And they never issued anything, or you know, they come to my property and say something, and it's like, yeah, I'll speak with them, you know. But if they're not getting out of their car, I'm not going to go out and see what the hell they're doing. It's like, all right, you know what I
They're
mean?
watching that dog.
What's that?
They're watching that dog.
No, the funny thing was they went to the neighbor's house. Well, they don't because there's so much guns out here. Everybody takes it kind of easy as far as going up on people's property and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, police, repo people, anybody like that, they're very cautious about coming out because there's pretty much everybody's got guns. You know?
Guns galore.
Yeah.
Wow.
Personally, I don't, just because I have children and I don't want, I don't want, and not that I'm against having firearms by any means, but
Right. No, but you got to think about the kids and them
I
finding
don't
it and
hold them
stuff
in
like
my,
that.
yeah, I don't have them in my household because I don't want, anything happening, you know?
Yeah.
So, and I feel safe enough. I can call the police if I need backup, or you know, somebody's got a gun to your head. It's done anyways, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the one thing that I guess. I mean, if you've never been in that situation, you're not going to calculate that, but you gotta be able to reach for your weapon.
Yeah.
If somebody has any intentions of hurting you,
They've already got the upper hand.
Yeah, they already got the upper hand. If they have serious intentions, not some shouting match in the street or anything like that.
Exactly.
Yeah. If you're on somebody's list, I don't see how you're going to be able to defend yourself. If their intention
You just sleep with it under your pillow. However, I don't live my life that way, so I don't have to worry about that. So
right,
you know,
right. And I'm careful about the areas I enter and stuff like that, just to avoid that kind of stuff.
yeah, just confrontation in general. I'm not
Not
like you.
It can't happen.
Oh yeah. You like that, huh? A little slip in.
That was a good one.
Yeah,
Mine says,
I
mine says 2, Jackson. I don't know why yours says 0. I don't know. You know what? That happens in YouTube world every now and then.
oh, the numbers are always wrong.
Yeah, they always seem to be wrong.
Mhm. Yeah,
Like
I'll be looking at one of my shorts and it'll say 600 views, and then I'll look at it the next day and it'll say 482. I'll be
yeah,
like, oh, okay. You know,
yep, it is. It's dysfunctional, Jackson. YouTube got something dysfunctional going on. Maybe your shorts were
yeah.
dirty.
Where shorts are dirty. Where are you heading to from Texas?
I got to go to Tennessee and then Georgia.
Mm,
Yep.
not too far from my neck of the woods. It's nice weather here now. It's supposed
Yeah.
to rain this weekend or come Monday, I think.
What's the temp right now?
I'm gonna say around 74.
Oh, that's super.
I'm guessing. I'm guessing. I'm guessing because I'm just sitting out in the outside.
I'm in Sweetwater, Texas. Sweetwater. I don't know how far I am from Dallas exactly, but yeah.
Well, I saw you were on, and just wanted to say hi, but they're beckoning me back into the party. So,
If you want to go back in, yeah, go right ahead. And then you
it was
come back.
good.
I'll probably still be on.
All right, you take it easy, brother.
All right, Brandon. Stay
Take
fresh.
care.
Eat
See ya.
that moist cake. Eat it. All right, cool, buddy. There he goes. It's me and you, Jackson. I don't know. I see 2 people. So it's me and you, Jackson. Jackson, what's up with your profile picture, man? You look like Justin Bieber. Is that you? What's going on with that? Break it down. Break it down for me. Yeah, you're done with the dysfunctional ones? I don't blame you. Yeah, you took that. That's your school pic from last week. You look young, man. How old are you? That picture, you look like you're 11 years old. How old are you exactly? Huh? Huh? You got 3 ex-girlfriends and 1 girl. Wow. So you're up to number 4? Damn, man, you're a hottie. You're hottie status. Oh man, she's dysfunctional. Butter. Yeah, you gotta watch out with the butter, man. With the buttermilk biscuits. Careful with that. So Jackson, out of curiosity, man, do you invest in the stock market at all? At all? Even a little bit? Have you invested in butter? Let me see what's going on. Okay, see? You blew up. Friday was a big day. Friday was a big day for one of the group members, the Furious Five.
Hello?
Yo, Professor.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm downloading a video for my channel while I speak to you.
Oh, okay. Multitasking.
Yes. Because
Noise.
I won't be making too many of my type videos this month. I'm gonna be visiting a lot of places and then putting that up on the channel.
Okay. Like physically visiting other places or on YouTube visiting other places?
Physically, like in my community.
Got it. Got it.
Like
Yeah, I've been
today I
watching.
went to Frog Soap.
Yeah, I saw that. A leap of faith. Ha ha ha. Ha. Frog leap. Get it? Ha ha. Butter.
You were talking about investing in butter. What are you talking about? What do you mean
No,
by
that's Jackson. I'm pulling Jackson's chain. Jackson
oh,
said he made 300 off the stock market. Hella good. Yeah, that's hella good. $300. Yeah. How the heck is that possible, Professor? Huh? Because I'm about to lay something down.
good because you got to. It's because from what I know, the month of May is not going to be a good month if people didn't start financially prepping.
It's gonna be rough.
It's gonna be rough, or they didn't start prepping their household.
The nonsense that occurred throughout throughout the announcements in association with tariffs.
Yep.
The backlash is going to begin this coming month.
You think so?
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to begin this coming month with with ships being diverted. Hey, Ikwawa, Shalom, brother. Oh, what? Somebody's trying to steal my shine? For real? By the way, I think I pinned. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. I pinned the link to come on up. So feel free, guys. Feel free to come on up.
Okay, but what were you saying? Because what I just read in the Daily Mail is what I'm making a video about.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no. Okay. So the approach
Right.
to the tariffs
Yep.
was outrageous, to say the least.
I agree.
Yeah, it was just overblown, over the top, and he's got his advisors. I don't think Trump really listens to the advisors all that much, unless it's gonna put money in his pocket, and it happened. They you know, his circle. Well, not just his circle, but quite a few people, quite a few wealthy people, made a nice, decent profit off of his market manipulation, which occurred.
Of course, yeah,
that's basically, I made a profit off of it too, but inadvertently. Okay, so I wasn't expecting. I just so happened to miraculously purchase something the day prior to the announcement that caused the market to shoot up in one day by a ridiculous amount.
right.
So with this, okay, so all this, I mean, it was ridiculous. Anybody who knows anything about economics and trade, he saw that list of countries that he was going to be charging tariffs on. I mean, they saw how ridiculous that was.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Oh, okay, Yikwawa, I got you. So, I mean, you're putting tariffs on an island that only has penguins as residents, really? I mean, that should have.
What country? What country is that?
It's an island near the Antarctic.
Oh, I mean, yeah, okay. It lets you know. It lets you know that the lights are on, but somebody ain't home.
It was a total clown show, but but they're banking on the fact that not too many Americans engage in business, or if they do engage in business, they're focused only on, hey, Double D's here too. So they only focus on their own business. They kind of live in their own little bubble, and they're not in tune with the bigger picture, the supply chains, with everything else going on within the economy. And then you have your regular folk who don't pay attention to any of this stuff. Nothing related to economics and business.
Which they need to.
Absolutely do, 100%.
Because it's going to affect their lives, whether they believe that or not.
Mm-hmm. Too many people struggle financially because they don't pay attention to any of this stuff.
Yep, and I'm paying attention. Yep, that's why I've been buying seeds. That's why I've been out and building relationships. This ain't no joke.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't. You gotta do that. You gotta establish. Okay, so you gotta become a part of some kind of community.
Yeah,
and not all communities are built the same. And you could be in multiple. You could be in multiple communities, because some communities might include little things here and there that you could tolerate, but you don't necessarily have to. I mean, you could pick and choose within those different communities as to who are your go-to people for certain things.
But you had to have built that community before crap hits the fan, because people don't have to help you if they don't know you.
Yeah, definitely. You have to listen, especially now. You better be a part of a community that understands.
Yep.
That understands what's going on and understand how you mix with what's going on socially, economically, politically, all that good stuff.
Yep.
And yeah, being able to self-sustain yourself, that's extremely important. Well, right now, this is incredible. See, this is what not everybody does. Not everybody picks the correct mathematical equation or mathematical formula to analyze what's going on around. So some people got the wrong math solution or the wrong math period. The prime example would be the farmers that are out here complaining because their businesses are going under, they're losing their farms. Again, that's the crazy part. Again. So apparently the math that they were using was something that had nothing to do with their decision making. Well, that could have protected them and made the best choice. And it's interesting because if you don't get it right mathematically, there are people out there, countries out there, nations out there that are doing the math. It's interesting because
some of those BRICS nations, for example,
there you go. Well, look, this is interesting, right? So when Biden took office, the Chinese were already making contracts with the Brazilians for soybeans already.
Yep.
They read the writing on the wall. They made their calculations. And 4 years before Trump came into office again, they knew what they were dealing with. They didn't deny themselves. Yet our farmers here, for some reason, they didn't do the math. even after going through what they went through. First, Trump's first go around, these people lost farms. The farms that they've had in their family for generations, they lost them.
And just didn't get it. And oof.
And became welfare recipients.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they were getting government subsidies. They were getting, what was the term that they used for people receiving money during the during COVID? What was that called?
I forgot what that, the PPP loans.
Yeah, those yeah, not the loans. They were getting the straight up payouts.
Oh, I get what you're saying. I forgot what they called it, but either way it go, it's coming back to bite people now.
Yeah, and that's what that's what they're about now. That's not comparable to what they were able to generate with their farm. Not even close.
Right.
But it's crazy how
What's wrong?
What we got here, huh? What we got here? Double D in the house. Yo, D, I can't read what your hat says. What does your hat say?
What do this thing say? Gold or
Yeah,
something?
yeah. Okay.
Hey, y'all. Hey, Miss Professor, how you doing?
Fine. How are you?
I'm good. This wasn't planned. I just wanted to come on and.
Oh, it wasn't planned? I
Mm-mm.
thought you planned this like a month in advance.
No,
No?
too
All right.
early. Too early.
So going back to these farmers, see these farmers, they voted against their own
Interest.
yeah, against their own interests. And yet, here we go. One of the BRICS nations, China, they weren't lying to themselves. They weren't kidding themselves. They saw things for what they were, which is what I encourage people to do on this channel. Don't lie to yourself. That's the worst type of lie you can do. Lie to yourself. You lie to everybody else, but don't lie to yourself. Listen, that first time, yeah, he is. He is, Iquaba. He's from Mississippi. Look at that, Double D. They heard your twang and realized you were from Mississippi. Yeah, my man. Look, I'm pulling it up so you can see it.
You can't hide
So,
it. You can't hide it. Bro sound like he's from Mississippi. You know the family. So right?
Yeah.
The moral of the story is you're thinking the same thing I'm thinking. The lights
I'm thinking
are
the same thing.
The lights
Nobody's
are on.
home.
Nobody's home. And I had said in the video that I just finished downloading for my channel for May 14th, if you pay close attention in the grocery stores, go look at the aisles. Get close enough on them and pay attention to see how they're stocking stuff to make it look like there's more there that's actually there.
Oh, you see that?
Yeah,
That's an interesting detail.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And see,
Yep.
I've gone and built a community and went to the co-op, which is expensive, but I pay a $10 a month fee and get some discounts like once a month. So what happened is those local farmers, the very small ones who aren't going to lose their farms because they produce small batch.
Yep.
I buy their stuff. And you know what? My co-op, they raised one. If you grow food at your house, they let you bring it in and put the produce in the thing either to sell or to give to the homeless. You think yep, they put that bin, and you think them folks didn't know what was coming or what's coming?
Well,
at the end of the day, people got it.
They're paying attention. They're paying attention.
But that's what I'm saying. Is what you're saying. You have got to start paying attention now. The month of May is not going to be pleasant.
It isn't. It isn't. The supply chain is being disrupted again.
Yep.
It's being disrupted again, and people are gonna hurt. Look, what I was trying to say with the title is that small businesses and truckers, they're gonna hurt. They're gonna suffer.
Yep.
The ones that are not gonna suffer,
like Estes, they won't, but keep going.
Right, the mega carriers, and I'll get into that right now.
Yep.
But investors in the stock market, they are going to profit.
Oh, yes.
They're going to profit. If you're in the stock market, you're going to profit.
My husband monitors our thrift savings plan, which I think is in that regularly, too.
Yeah. I don't know how much you're allowed to go into that account, because I'm not familiar with that type of account. It's a retirement account, but there are some retirement accounts that are more restrictive than others, like with Fidelity. Is Fidelity one of them? I'm not sure. I don't remember if Fidelity is one of them, but they don't allow you to pick and choose individual stocks, so you're pretty much at their mercy. Whatever it is they decide to put your money in. They usually put your money in ETFs. This is not financial advice, y'all, but they usually, yeah, but they do put your money in ETFs or mutual funds, things like that. But I prefer to manage my account myself. Now, I got the Furious 5 going.
Right.
So we got AJ, we got CJ, we got JB, we've got GR, and we got the Queen. So we got the Furious 5 going. And they're all, even though the overall performance of the market as a whole has been declining, they've been doing well. They've been on the positive, even while the market has been depreciating in value. And that's through individual stock selection. Because I don't care for ETFs. I don't care for ETFs. ETF, you're buying a basket of goods. And when you buy a basket of goods, you might have one or two companies that are doing well, that are outperforming, but all the others are doing poorly.
Right.
So it's like, it's the same dissatisfaction I get when I go to the supermarket and I buy one of those big old things of oranges.
Yeah, you got a lot of children. You better buy a big thing of oranges, but continue.
Well, I buy them individually though.
Oh.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'd rather grab the plastic bag and go through it individually, not get those mesh bags loaded with oranges, because too many of them come out bad or bad tasting.
Right.
So I'd rather do an individual selection, and that's the same thing I do with stocks. I don't get baskets of anything. I'd rather select, and those selections have done well. Everybody's happy. Right, bulk. There you go, Brandon. Bulk. Yeah. And no, the dollar stores, forget about the dollar stores, man. Ain't getting nothing for $1 no more.
And that's another thing. I made that prediction.
That's right, you did. That's right, you did. Yeah, them dollar stores ain't dollar no more. And they're not changing their names either. They're not
It's
calling
like
it $2 stores.
Yep. At
it's
one
like
dollar store, people had to pay $1.75 for stuff. They were making videos
Yeah,
shit.
complaining about paying $1.75. I'm like, that
yeah.
means you are dirt poor then.
Shit. Oh, never mind. My bad.
No,
No,
go
that's
ahead.
it.
I want to hear what you got to
Say
say.
it, D.
Yep.
As a, I ain't finna tell you no lie. Now, I love going to Dollar Tree, but now before all this stuff started happening, I used to go to Dollar Tree. I used to load up and stuff because everything was a dollar. Cause it was $1.07, a dollar. It come on 07. Soon they say it ain't Dollar Tree no more. It's $1.25 Dollar Tree. I'm like, what you mean? What you talking about? I started getting stuff. Everything was $1.25. Everything was $2. Everything was $3. I'm like, wait a minute now.
Yeah.
This supposed to be damn Dollar Tree, not damn $1.25, $2, damn store. Like, what the hell going on?
It's called inflation.
So I have a question because you're in Mississippi. In your small place right now, if you had to grow food, do you have a small patch of land to put a little box?
Honestly, yes. They got a enormous yard. Like it's like enormous.
I'm just asking because you never know what's got, well, minus them venomous snakes showing up there. Uh,
Yeah,
yeah, because that's gonna happen. I got them all in my yard, but they're not venomous though. They hide from the eagles, so you won't see them.
cause it's like I ain't listen. I will admit, yeah, I done had a couple of drinks or so,
That's
uh,
fine.
You
but yeah,
did?
I'm trying to be respectful. I'm trying to be respectful. Least I am. Least I am. Being accountable because a lot of people wouldn't do that.
Good
But I
job.
trust, but I trust y'all. Y'all my family. But like what I
Listen, I'm
was, like what I was saying. I remember a couple of years ago. I went to the grocery store and I was getting some stuff. This was back in 22 or 20. I think it was back in 22. I was getting some stuff. Was gonna make some turkey wings and stuff. Give me a little couple items and stuff.
man.
I didn't even have much in the cart. And then when the cashier rung my stuff up, they said 60 something dollars. I'm like, wait a minute, I ain't got shit up in here. What you mean? What did I get?
You
Yeah.
got them turkey wings. Them things must have been the size of a major league bat, each wing.
The thing was, they weren't even expensive. They were like $3 a pack. But I'm like, damn,
Damn, how many packs did you get?
I only got like three.
But I think what DeAndre's saying is that when you're buying this stuff, you don't realize now that the price is gonna be as much until it's called sticker shock.
It is, and it's like it don't matter how much you get, they gonna add tax on it regardless of the fact. That's what I had to learn because I'm being honest with y'all. When I was little, I wasn't good at counting money. I sucked at counting money. I didn't know how to count money, but look at me now. I know how to count now. I know how to count. Thank goodness for technology. Thank goodness for sales calculate on the phone and stuff because I have to check to make sure these people ain't beating me because they try to get you.
Hey, how much is
Listen,
that caramel macchiato? That
Uh,
darn
the box I get have
what?
the box I
yeah,
get got 24 in it. The little 24 little cups.
yeah.
There's like 375, 350.
Okay. Now what was you saying, Mr. Burns? I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, no, no. You good? I was bugging out on.
Cause it's like damn, like times ain't like what it used to be. I forgot. It ain't the 90s. It ain't the early 2000s. I remember like I be watching videos and clips and stuff. People be posting clips and stuff. They be like, "Ooh, back in 1990, $40 would get you everything that you wanted to get." And I could see that, but now
You could buy a
No.
house for $40 in 19.
in the 90s and the 80s. I'm like, well, damn, people could fill their baskets up with 40 damn dollars or maybe 100. But now you
Yeah, you
can't
feel
do
it.
that. You can't
Feel it.
do that.
Nah, don't even try to do it.
Listen, I know it's a lot of peoples that didn't do Easter this year because shit, eggs too damn high. You better get you some damn plastic eggs and call it a day.
And that ain't no yoke. Let me tell you.
You so silly.
You want to go shopping now? You gotta go. You want to go shopping now? You need payroll next to you
Yep.
so they can kick out. Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't like going shopping, but I know I have to for myself. But I don't like going in these stores because I know how I get. Because when I used to go in the store, I used to be but actually I'm still like that at times. I used to go in the store and get stuff that I know damn well that I didn't need.
Ooh.
but
Oh, Homestead in the
but
house.
it's hard
Homestead,
though.
do you go
It's
shopping like Double D does?
it's hard though. You can't help it. Like you be seeing interesting stuff and be like, "Oh, let me get this. Oh, let me get." You know, I can't be the only one that did it and do
I
it.
Well,
wonder.
she's with her Pierre. She's got
Yeah,
hey
she got her
Pierre.
new grandbaby. I wonder when she goes shopping, she does the
Hey,
same thing for her
hook
new
it up,
grandbaby.
Homestead.
I wonder if she goes crazy shopping for the new grandbaby. I wonder if she buys a whole bunch of stuff and forgets, and then she gets hit with that sticker shock when she gets to the register.
Yeah, I'm not trying
I
to.
bet them diapers cost money. Keep going, Andre.
I'm not trying to change the subject, but this is kind of relatable to hook it up, Homestead. Since y'all said grandbabies, but since we're talking about like, I just want to add this in, then y'all can talk about what y'all was talking about, and I just sit back and listen. But I just want.
Nah. We want to talk about what you're talking about, D.
Do
Yeah,
y'all like? Do y'all realize like when we were little and stuff? You know, we wanted stuff. You know, in the store and stuff, and they'd be like, "Ah, put that back. You ain't getting shit. You don't need shit. You ain't don't even look at it." But then it's like when the grandkids and grandbabies are born, the grandparents be like, "Yeah, baby, go on and get that. How much is it? Go on and put that." I'm like, "What is like? What is
Yeah,
this?"
yeah. It's like when you become a grandparent, it's a wrap.
I'm like,
You
"What
can't.
is
Hey,
that?"
the day you have kids, don't leave them with the grandparents too long because they will spoil the heck out of them. Then give it right back to you. Yeah,
And feed them when they ain't home. They eat like
yeah. They
they ate at the
watching
house.
watching all kinds of crazy stuff on TV, running around, running crazy, and then they bring them back to the parents, and then the parents got to deal with.
And then they be like, see, I know I shouldn't have carried you over there to your damn grandma. Look what your grandma did to your damn grandma and did.
Yeah, grandma be spoiling them kids, boy.
But look,
Butter.
I can't say nothing because I'm 30 years old and I don't have any kids. But that's okay.
No,
I'm not worried because hey, I got a lot of, family, that's enough for me as it is. I gotta.
my
I
kids
don't
act like they had me.
I bet your kids be running over you, don't they? Don't they tell you what they gonna do, what they ain't gonna do, that
Yeah,
don't they?
yeah, they do.
I
wow.
They be,
figured.
they be, yeah, they be taking advantage of the old man. Butter. See, Boy, born
But
on
Yeah.
Valentine's Day,
but
Pierre.
the thing but the thing is lately I be watching clips on Instagram and TikTok and stuff, and when I be seeing these new babies and stuff, I be like, oh, look at the little baby, like they be so tiny and stuff. The thing is, I be scared to hold them because I be scared that I'm a
Well, if you're gonna be scared when the diaper's off and you're holding them. That's
oh,
when you gotta be scared.
trust
Yeah,
me, trust me.
and they
I don't
got and they
change.
got and they got
Tr-
great aim. I don't know what the
trust
hell's
me,
up with them. But they got great aim.
trust me, trust me. No tea, no shade. But I think I done changed a damn shitty diaper when they shitted up they damn back. That ain't fun. Oh,
Man,
I'm sorry. I'm just being real.
no,
Shit.
no. Keep it real, man, because that's some serious shit you're talking right now.
When they shit up they damn back and they did have damn corn. What the hell is this?
Lord have mercy.
I'm
Brandon,
sorry.
Brandon.
Hey guys.
Hey, Brandon,
Hey.
came in at the right time. We're talking about shitty diapers.
I
So
had
you're
Yeah,
right
no,
on time.
I was catching it. I was listening on the way in. I just wasn't allowed to go live because I was in the
Thank you,
car.
Cook It Up Homestead. Thank you for sharing that. I never knew that. Hey, Brendan, how you doing?
I'm good, DeAndre. How are you, sir?
I'm good.
Good to see you.
Thank you. I'm good. I'm good. Thank you, Hook It Up Homestead.
That's called a
I miss
blowout. It's
Y'all
got a
are
name, y'all. It's
why
got a name. It's called a blowout.
y'all are laughing.
Listen, every time I come on here, I end up messing up everything, getting everybody off topic and everything.
No, I mean, listen. Eventually, we were all going to be talking shit, and that's what we're doing right now. The blowout.
Well, hell, we all do it.
The blow. The blowout. That's what I do on a regular basis. I blow it out. Look out.
My goodness.
But yeah. But that's what I wanted to say. Y'all can get back to the
Well,
subject
I'm
what
glad you
y'all was
said it. Hey,
huh?
listen. You know what, D? I'm gonna show you that what I have for you is pure love, and I'm gonna do it right in front of everybody.
Don't show me no shit, cause I don't want to see no shit. I don't
Listen,
want to see no damn
this
shit.
part of your hat, this part of your hat is dented in. Go ahead, pop it out.
Oh that shit. What? Did nobody tell you to put me on damn blast? But okay, okay. Don't put me on
Yeah, yeah,
damn.
yeah, but that's
Don't
love.
put me on damn blast like that.
That's love. That's love, though.
But at
Yeah.
least you looking out for me.
Ah, there you go.
But shit,
Woo
but
wee.
shit, at least you looking out for me. Listen. I'm gonna stop cussing on you. I'm gonna stop cussing on you, but it's hard to stop.
Woo wee.
I'm gonna stop cussing on here because I don't want to get your channel banned. I can't help it. It just slips out.
Nah.
Cheers, DeAndre.
Thank
Oh, DeAndre got the big boy shit. Look at that. Damn.
you. This ain't nothing but damn wine.
Yeah. And when you came on the channel, I remember that bottle was full when you first came on the channel.
Now see what had happened was
Don't tell me you spilled it. You didn't spill it. You spilled it.
that's no,
Spilled it down your
no,
throat.
see, no, that's alcohol abuse. You do not do that. That's
No,
alcohol.
no, that's what I'm saying. You
That's
gotta respect
alcohol.
that thing, man. Yeah.
Listen, I'll be taking a little sips and stuff.
I can't tell you, man. One time when I was in college with my homeboys, and we went to go get, we walked a mile and a half to get this bottle, and it fell and broke. Man, we cried. We cried for like a whole week.
Oh,
Mm, mm, mm.
A bottle of Captain Morgan, man, a fifth of Captain Morgan, crashed on the floor. I mean, we bought another one right away, but still, that event was so traumatic. We cried. We cried for like a whole week over that. Over
Oh
that.
wow.
Yeah, that was like wow. We just stared at the bag. It was a wet bag, man, and we just stared at that thing on the floor. And you can
yeah,
hear us. You can hear us crying. We're looking at the bag, like, damn, I can't believe that just
yeah.
happened.
Back in my day, if it was Mad Dog 2020, we would have been crying. So
No, that Mad
Oh
Dog.
yeah, that's good. Listen, that's about the cheap. That in that Burnett's vodka. That's about the
Oh, I
cheapest
ain't never
drink
heard of
that
that
you
one.
can
What
get.
the heck? I ain't never
But
heard of that other one.
that Burnett's vodka.
Nah, I ain't
I
never heard of that.
haven't
You
heard of it
listen,
either.
listen.
That
You
must be a
don't want it.
Mississippi thing.
Listen, you don't want it. This shit to have you sick as a damn dog. Trust me,
Man, I
because
used to get
as a
I used to get Mr. Boston's Blackberry Brandy and Mad Dog, boy. I used to put a nipple on both them suckers, man. I used to.
one thing, listen, one thing you do not do, do not mix brown and clear together. I'm telling you, don't do it.
I'll take your advice on that one.
Don't do it.
I'll tell you what, if you do mix them, you're gonna have a blowout.
Trust me. Don't I
In
listen.
more ways than one.
If
In
if
more ways
if
than one.
if I may say this, I think I'm 30 now, but I was 22 at the time, and I had
Mhm.
drunk some Bernese vodka that night, and then the next morning I was feeling terrible. When I tell you, I was on my knees crawling to to the bathroom on my knees, and I was like, I would never touch another drink again. Lies
Let me
out.
tell you something. We drank something. We drank something that was so powerful. We didn't wake up till the next week. Listen, I don't even. Yo, we used to steal the the pure alcohol from the biology lab. We used to steal them suckers.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh
200
wow.
proof. Yeah, 200 proof. No, nothing but pure alcohol.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and we were mixing that sucker up with some Coke. Man, listen, we were coming out of there. Shit, we weren't even making contact with the floor, man. We were floating.
I was
We
going
were,
to say, you're high as a kite, man.
we were gone.
Mm-mm.
I had one night, my father was retired, and I was in between working the club. The club hadn't opened up yet, and my uncle was down. He was an accountant. He was down for the summer, staying at our house, and we started drinking. And I broke open a bottle of 151, and just taking a few shots of that. Next thing I know, I'm out like a light. That was it.
Oh,
But I
wow.
remember.
What you
I
do?
remember.
Oh,
Yeah.
my bad.
No, that's all
What?
right. I remember just looking at my dad, looking at my uncle, and looking at my friend that was with us, and I said, "My mom's the only one working at the time." I said, "She's gonna come home and see all of us wasted, so she's not gonna be too happy when she gets home." So
What you do?
Listen,
You gotta have
between
your snacks on deck. You gotta have them snacks. You gotta have your chips. You gotta have some
Where your
sausages.
snacks? Where your snacks at right now? Because I know you got some since you talking that mess.
Oh, they in my
ah,
they in my bowl. But I got some stuff in the freezer. I can just
where they at?
pop in my little air fryer. I'm gonna do that after I
Oh,
finish.
them
Cause
turkey wangs, huh?
I
Yeah,
wish I had some.
with that hot sauce. You like hot sauce?
I love hot sauce, but I know I don't need it. I don't know I don't need it.
What's your
But
favorite hot sauce?
Louisiana.
Oh, okay.
that's a good one.
Louisiana hot sauce. My favorite ranch. A lot of people might drag me. My favorite ranch is Hidden Valley. I don't care what nobody say. Hidden Valley is the best ranch to
A
me.
lot of people say that. Most people that I'm acquainted with that eat ranch says that Hidden Valley is what they prefer. They don't care who laugh at them.
Don't get listen, cause Hidden Valley is the best to me. I understand if you're on a budget, if you get that off-brand ranch, but let me tell you that off-brand ranch don't be doing shit. It be nasty. Oh my god. Oh no, baby.
Eat.
And that
Nah,
blue
listen.
in that blue cheese. Oh no.
See,
You
I
don't like
love.
blue cheese?
You're
I
not a
love
you're not a
blue.
blue cheese guy.
I love blue cheese. I
Oh,
made my own last month. It was good. No, it was early this month. It was good too for my salad. Why you laughing at me?
oh no. Look, we had made it was a couple of years ago. We all made salads for dinner and stuff. And they were wondering, it's a whole bottle of ranch up in here. Ain't nobody taught it. You know why ain't nobody taught it? Because it was for blue cheese.
Why you picking? Why you messing, DeAndre?
I'm sorry. No tea, no shade, Miss Professor. I tried the blue cheese ranch and ooh wee.
I love me some blue cheese.
Uh-uh. I was like, who bought this shit? Who
Yeah.
bought it? Who bought it?
Nah.
But let me
Um.
stop though. I'm through. I'm through. Let me shut
What about that? What about that Fromunda cheese? That thing that's kicking right there.
The
I've
They
what?
made
heard
a
of.
dip. They made a dip with that
It was
with the
yeah.
Monday.
What
The
was the name
only
of that wine? What was the name of that drink? D.
which one?
Not the Mad Dog 2020. The other one.
The Burnett's vodka.
It's a
Burnett's
vodka.
vodka. Yeah. You gotta mix
Are
that
you,
with juice though. Only alcohol only people's like Ned the wino and would drink that type of stuff off a good time. Cause some people can't I can't drink nothing straight. I can't drink no vodka straight. Oh no. I don't like vodka like that. No, I gotta mix it with a little juice or something.
With some gin and juice. What?
Uh,
Laid back.
listen, they
I
say
thought you
that
were looking
they
it up.
they say that gin. Listen, they say that gin will make you sin, and best believe I sin every single day.
Y'all know y'all don't know how to act.
I'm
All of,
sorry.
Oh,
I
all of
finna
y'all are acting up tonight.
let
All
me.
of
One,
I tell you what. I finna get on off here. Let
oh!
y'all.
Yo, D, what's
no,
that? What's that, D?
no, you gonna stay on here. Y'all don't know how to act.
I'm sorry, Miss Professor. I'll be good. I'll be good.
You
Oh,
misbehaving.
80
Look what I put
proof.
up there.
80
that
proof.
that that's that shit that made me sick.
That's that
How,
shoe polish right there. What?
how much is it going for? Eleven
It's like
ninety nine.
$11. Yeah,
It ain't
$12.
Yeah.
worth it. It ain't worth it.
Whoa.
Burnett, no,
Raspberry
Burnett's
flavor
red is
7. Ooh.
$7.78.
Cause
Ooh.
Ooh.
you do got people that are, cause they'll, drink all that vodka and then fill it up with water trying to fool people.
You know what Carlo Rossi is?
Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh,
That's
Okay.
it's a
good
wine.
You
wine.
got that big gallon jugs of wine, right? And
That's
Oh,
they're
about
like eight.
yeah.
20 some dollars, close to 30.
Oh, they used to. All right. Well, when I was back in 20 years ago, living in the
Yeah,
dorm. Oh, no,
that was back
Max
in
needs some water.
1968, man.
No, no. This was 19. This is 2002. I'm guessing. I don't know. Um, but I had the
How old
kids.
are you, Brandy?
I'm 48 right now.
What?
Yeah, and
I'm the and I'm the youngest one up in this.
You're
yes,
the
sir.
youngest.
You're the
No,
kiddo.
Jackson.
You're
Jackson is Jackson. Justin Bieber Jackson. Look at his profile.
the kiddo.
I seen
uh,
somebody that looked like Justin Bieber, but
Yeah, that's Jackson. Jackson is 11 years old, man. He be up in here late night with us.
is a
well, I
what?
had.
He's leaving though. All right, Jackson.
Hey,
Everybody
good
say bye
night,
to Jackson.
Jackson. Good night, Jackson. Um, that was another issue that I was going to talk to you about. All right. Well, first let me finish my first story that I started with. So we're in a dorm kind of situation. We're all
Uh-huh.
working and living, and one guy comes up to me and he says, "God, I've only got $10, but I want to get drunk tonight." And I said, "Well, let me introduce you to the wonderful world of Carlo Rossi."
Oh
You
shit.
know,
Okay.
there were $8 for a gallon jug of wine. And that's how I used to gauge waking up in those dorms by how much alcohol was actually left in the bottle. When I woke up, I'd open my eyes, I'd look over at the bottle, and depending on how full it was, I could tell exactly when I stood up how bad my headache was going to be.
Well, I'll tell you right now. Um, here we go. This is
Uh-oh.
this is this is what we were drinking.
Uh-oh.
This is what we were drinking back in the day. Check it out. When we were in college. Check this thing out. It even has a warning label.
Mine was the Mad Dog 2020.
Ethyl alcohol. That's what we were drinking.
Jesus. Yeah.
And that stuff was expensive, but we were snatching that shit out of the
Hey, if it's
out of the
free,
biology lab.
you got a 5-finger
Oh,
discount.
yeah, we had a 5-finger discount. Look at that thing. It even has warning labels on it, like it's hazmat or something.
Yeah. Look at that. Jesus. Denatured alcohol.
Yeah,
Oh, that shit'll
that's it
make you
right there.
blind. Isn't that the
Well,
alcohol that'll make you blind?
the alcohol that'll give you a blowout if you ain't careful.
Mm.
Instant blowout too.
Yeah.
That thing is. Yeah. Well, we made sure that we poured it in very small amount. It would take like this much in a cup and like that much soda, and it still mess you up.
Yeah, yeah.
It was serious business. Yeah.
Oh.
You'll be. I'll tell you what. When we were, it'd be like about maybe 5 or 6 of us that drank that stuff, and the next day everybody would be asking us what kind of language we were speaking. Oh, we thought we were talking English.
You're speaking in
Nobody
tongues.
We understood what each other was saying, but nobody understood what the hell we were saying because we were just talking about slurred. Man, it was beyond slurred.
I need to get on the computer. Yeah.
Hey, y'all. I'll be right back.
You promise?
I do.
I promise, Mr. Burns.
Miss Helms, how are you?
She's making tea.
She making tea. She making Lipton tea.
Excuse yourself for a little bit. I didn't realize that.
Well, I'll tell you right now. I'll tell you how we knew how messed up we were. We were waking up naked and bleeding in a corner somewhere. That's how smashed we were.
Yeah, in a fetal position.
In a fetal position, naked and bleeding.
Max
On a
is going
cold-
crazy here. Max is
cold, hard
going
ground.
freaking nuts.
Max wants some of that. Max wants some of
You
that
got him
alcohol.
excited. You got him excited.
Oh yeah. Homestead knows all about. She works at a veterinary, so she knows all about veterinary. Out in Texas, man, I saw these cows. You got to deal with cows and bulls and bullshit and horses and all that. Homestead, you got to deal with that.
She's
Because there's a lot of farms out there.
yeah, that's pretty neat. And she said there was a celebrity that came by her farm or her office one time.
Yeah, it was the singer Erica Badu.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
She was up in there calling Tyrone while she was at the vet.
Better call Tyrone.
Oh, yep. She was calling Tyrone while she was getting her cat. Uh-oh, baby's crying. When my kids cry, I give them alcohol. I let them get drunk. Yeah, right.
Yeah. I just tell them to wipe the tears. Life's hard.
I threaten my 3-year-old. She just laughs at me. I threaten to slap her in the face. She laughs.
You're telling me that.
What? Yeah, she just laughs. Laughs in my face, man. That little girl's gonna be like Erica Badu.
Oh,
Man, I can't believe how hot it's getting over there. Nighttime. Oh, you know what? I think. Yeah,
are you on a rest or are you down for the night, Mr. Burns?
I mean, I could start now. I've got like 1,100 miles to go.
Mm-hmm.
After the drive, I'm gonna start moving. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean you're not used to that? You mean you stopped getting used to it, huh? Huh, Homestead? You stopped getting used to it. I breastfeed my kids. I give my wife a break.
Switch it out.
Switch out, the big switch out. Can you hear that the noise from the truck next to me?
No.
Oh no, you got to go that. Hey, you're back, man. D, you missed it, man.
What happened?
I showed a picture. Yeah, Homestead. So did I. I nursed my kids. I showed a picture when I was in college, and I was drunk.
Damn, I missed it.
Yeah, I was butt naked and bleeding on the floor in the
I
fetal position.
don't want to see it no more.
No,
No?
see, just in time. See, you just don't know how to act.
I don't want to see it no more.
Yo, Professor, when did you show up?
Oh,
I don't
my
want to see
goodness.
it. Listen, I don't want to see it. No.
no, you stop acting up.
I don't want to see all that.
You stop
Lord have
acting
mercy.
I know you had. I know you probably had a banging body back in the day, but no, I don't want to see all that extracurricular.
Lord have mercy.
Yes.
You know, I never had 6-pack abs.
I did.
I never did. Yeah?
And now I got that big fat flab I'm trying to get rid of. I liked eating back then. Shoot, I can't help it. It caught up to me.
Yeah, but you
Shoot,
was
I like
exercising
eating.
back then, right?
I like eating now. That's why I'm a big back now.
You was exercising back then, huh?
Yeah, I kind of was when I was a sailor, and then when I left the military, I gave it up, and that was a mistake for me.
That's how a lot of these singers back in the day, back in the 60s, they were so skinny when they were younger. They stayed in, cause they were always dancing, performing and stuff. They wouldn't eat no damn McDonald's, no damn Burger King, no damn Popeyes, no damn none of this extracurricular food that but now you can't tell none of them nothing.
I've only been doing squats. That's it.
You trying to be funny, right?
What? You know what I do?
Funny.
Yo, D. This is what.
What happened?
There's this one. There's this
Boy,
one exercise that I do for squats. It's called the walking 20. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
I don't
Any of
know.
y'all familiar with the walking 20?
Uh-uh.
All right.
Got me.
By the time you're done, your legs are rubber. If you make it, your legs are rubber. You're gonna need a wheelchair after you're done, for like a week.
Oh, wait.
All right. Check it out. You do one squat, you take one step. You do 2 squats, you take 2 steps, and so on and so forth until you get to 20. When you get to 20, you do 20 squats and you take 20 steps, and then you start going backwards. Now you do 19, then 18, then 17. By the time you're done, I'm telling you, man, you're going to need a diaper. You won't even be able to control that. You're going to be done.
Oh, wow.
Yo, your butt cheeks are going to be full.
So what you trying to say? You doing all this till you shit on yourself, pretty much.
Yeah. That's what it sounds like. You doing it to purposely just crap your pants.
I ain't finna shit on myself. I'm sorry.
I'm not doing that on
That's
purpose.
a damn embarrassment. I understand if you old and you can't hold your damn shit and you wearing damn diapers and you in damn nursing home. But if you able to go to that damn bathroom, go to the damn hell to the no. If you ain't ate no damn Taco Bell, then
If you don't have a condition that makes you do that, don't.
Oh my God, I can't help it.
That don't make no sense.
You guys done lost your minds.
You the one brought it up. I'm gonna be on here another 30-something minutes. I promise. The way I'm feeling good. And everything.
Oh, we can tell. We can tell.
Feeling nice?
What happened?
Feeling nice?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Doing squats until you blow out? That's the way to go.
If I do squats, my big ass gonna fall to the damn ground and stay there because I ain't getting up.
That's how we used to. That's how we used to That's how we used to wind up naked and bleeding when we used to drink.
See,
I don't want
why
to
does
hear
it-
all that.
Why does it come back to that with you, boo boo?
See, we were doing good.
Good until you acted up again.
Nobody want to hear all that. I don't even know. I don't even want to know how you started that anyway. But
Me either. Like,
oh
yeah,
my gosh,
good night, boo boo.
somebody be like, "You want me to help you up off the ground?" No, just let me
No.
lay here. Just let me lay here.
Leave me right here. I'm good.
But ain't no way. Mm-mm.
You guys are crazy.
No, it's you.
Mm-mm.
Oh, that's you, boo boo.
I know I
I think,
said my couple of things, but you take the cake.
I
Man,
think we're all a little crazy here.
I know I am. I'm a nut.
Yeah,
I,
I'm a little crazy. A
I
lot of
know
people
I'm a
say
nut. I'm not
I'm
as
not,
nutty as
a
y'all,
lot
but I'm a nut.
a lot of people say I'm toxic because I'm an Aquarius, but if that's the case, well,
I don't think you toxic. I think you just a nut like me.
I am.
Yep, I know I'm a nut. I tell people too. I'm like, I ain't the most stable person sometimes.
isn't that funny? When you think outside the box, everybody thinks you're, you know.
You ain't all the way too bright.
And see, that's why I now they're like, you crazy. I'm like, I know. And they look at me shocked like they mad that I accepted that I'm crazy. What you want me to do?
yeah. Why
And
are you accepting that?
what's funny is once you embrace that you're different, and once you embrace that, it's so enlightening, you know.
Yeah.
Because it's like when you're growing up, you're like, oh, I'm different than everybody else. You
I'm
know, you're
normal.
thinking that, but then once you embrace it and just like, yeah, fuck it, all right, I'm different than everybody else. I'm a weirdo, whatever you want to call it.
All it. Yep.
I
I'm
think
normal.
different. I think outside the box. You know,
Yeah.
it's
I'm
it's it's
normal.
mo- it's so enlightening to just accept it and say exactly like you said. Yeah, I'm a weirdo. Yeah,
Like
all right.
like that's part of who you is.
Yep. I ain't
Yeah,
changing. So I'm not changing.
exactly.
If you don't like it, just don't deal with me. That's just how I feel about it.
Yeah,
Most
that's the point when you stop being self conscious about it. You know, because it took me probably into my mid-20s before I finally didn't give a fuck what anybody thought. You know.
That's where I was. It was up my mid to late 20s. I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm like, all right, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna live my life. I'm, you know, obviously, I don't think the same way that most people do, and that's fine. I can
I
accept
don't think at
that.
all.
That's believable.
I'm normal. I'm normal.
Yeah, Abby normal. That's what they call
Abby normal.
it.
Oh man. Oh, Pierre got picked up.
Oh, I remember when Pierre was born.
Pierre was little. Pierre was little when he was born. I got a couple of nephews. One of them was 10 pounds and the other one was 11 pounds when they were
Oh
born.
Lord, I bet that birth was hard. Remember that woman that gave birth to that 13-pound baby and it made the national news? That baby looked like he was 1 year old. He was so big.
What?
You imagine carrying that? That's a newborn. That boy gonna be Yokozuna by the time he 5.
What?
That poor woman pushing that through the vag. That I'm like, oh no.
Not Yokozuna.
There
Mhm.
was what's the you know that family that's out in the in Utah or whatever, the Mormon family. It's got like 20 something kids. They made a TV show too. 20 something, and do you know what I'm talking about?
Not the Duggars, right?
I think it is that yeah, the Duggars. So they got like 29. So they had a family photo. This was a meme that I saw, and it was a family photo of all of them and all their 29 kids, and it just said vagina. It just said
What?
vagina. It's not a clown car.
What?
So my grandfather had 2 wives, right? His first wife, Maddie, was not my grandmother, and she had 9 kids. And I think her body gave after having that many. My grandma, his second wife, Opal, had 14 straight, no twins, nothing.
Jesus. That's
And
a clown car.
what's funny is she was about Brandon's height and as tall as Brandon her whole life. Never gained much weight. Skinny woman. And you look at her like that had 14 kids.
Wow.
And I ain't had any, and I'm a oompa loompa. I got to lose this weight.
Whoa.
But there was no high fructose corn syrup with that generation either.
That high fructose corn liquor. Yep.
Yep.
And they didn't add all the sugar to the processed foods and stuff.
That's a fact. But see, at the same time, Coca-Cola really had cocaine in it back in that day. So
amen. And that's
I love it. I love that.
People don't believe me when I tell them that, Miss Helms. The kids,
yes.
They don't believe me.
They're like, no, it didn't. Yes, it did.
Yeah.
It had real. That's where the name came from. It had cocaine in it.
They had that Colombian marching powder
in cocaine in the membrane.
He calls it Colombian marching powder.
Facts.
Oh, that's awesome. I can't believe he said that. That's the name of a book.
Oh, is it?
No, that's that. I'm saying it would be the name of a good book, Colombian Marching Powder.
Yeah. They got a movie. It's an old movie called Papillon. It's about a guy who escapes prison and he ends up in South America. And you know the guy that plays Julio on Sanford and Son?
Yeah.
He was the actor. He played one of the other guys escaping out of prison with him, and they go through the thing, and he starts picking these leaves off of the trees and gives them to him to chew on them, which was the coca plant. You know?
Oh, wow.
And it was because that's for many years the indigenous people. That's what they would chew on it for their coffee. You know,
and they still do.
A little pick me up.
What I found out is
and suppress their hunger.
But I found out if you just chew that in moderation, it's not as bad as if you make it in powder form.
No, it's nowhere near as bad because the chemical composition of the leaf has a lot of neutralizing effects. All that the cocaine that people go sniffing and smoking and all that crap, it's void of all those things that balance it out. So you know,
that's why
here's the 11-pound nephew. I got a picture of him.
Oh, you got the tattoo. I didn't know that. No, it's not. You ain't right for that. Put that up.
That's Mundo Cabezzo. Yo, that's crazy. Why would you even? What's that a tattoo of?
Yeah, what is that?
I was gonna show you guys. I had a addiction to the booger sugar for a while. It was one of the hardest things that ever got off in my life. And I got this tattoo, and this is a succubus. You guys know what a succubus is?
Oh yeah, that's that female thing that comes and tortures you in your sleep at night.
It steals your soul. It steals your soul.
Soul, yeah.
So I got this tattoo of this succubus, and in the flames above, you won't know if you don't know, but it spells out the word cocaine, because that was my succubus. That was sucking me down, and that was my demon. So, anyways,
succubus. Yeah.
Oh, Hook It Up Homestead went to see the film last night. I
Yep,
get what he's
Minecraft.
saying. Everybody had their addictions, long as you came off of it, because cocaine ain't no joke.
It ain't.
It wasn't. It was the hardest thing I've ever in my life. That's why I had that succubus tattooed to my shoulder. You know.
Yeah, my
Hardest
addiction
thing.
caused me to get a tattoo too. I got elephant ears on my thighs.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Really?
Really?
Hey,
See,
I got say.
See, on my butt cheeks, I got an M. I got an M tattooed on one and an M tattooed on the other. So when I bent over, it says "Mom," but then when I flip over, it says "Wow."
That's as good as my elephant ears. Jeez.
You know what's funny? Yeah. You say that while you were saying that. I just filled out a Mother's Day card for a friend, and when you flip it both ways, it says "Mom" one way and "Wow" the next, and it does it both ways. That's crazy how you just said that.
Well, what's on that card? Is it a tattoo on some lady's butt cheeks or what?
No. No, it's just a card of like
I was gonna say
of a queen. Yeah,
it was a fill in the O kind of a.
Butt cheeks.
Oh yeah! Oh my goodness! I hit the.
I'm working on my butt cheeks.
Nobody cares about. Nobody asked you that.
Hook It Up says okay.
Did I ever tell you about the Chinese girl from New York that I served with? She came from China as a little girl, and she sort of had the accent still, but she loved shopping. So what she would do, what she did was she liked shopping, but like I said, she's Chinese, born in China, but came to the United States and joined the Navy. This girl. So one time we're talking, and she loves showing her tattoos. Like, I got a blue cat on my ass. And then she tried to pull down her pants. I said, hey, some people get off on that in the United States. You can't.
Can't just be pulling out your butt like that. That's an invitation.
Yeah.
Butt cheeks all out. Damn.
Yep.
Well, it's other cultures. Other cultures live different. And the funny thing was, I tell you, when I was teaching the guy from Guatemala English, and he was we were teaching each other. He was teaching me Spanish. I was teaching him English. We were helping each other. We lived together in a dorm. Did I tell you this story?
I don't remember hearing this one.
I don't remember that one at all. Nope.
Mr. Professor, look, I'm using some of this tonight.
Oh,
what is that?
This oil I bought him.
The infused extra vegetable olive oil. I've been using the hell out of this because I love it.
Yeah, it's obvious.
You've been cooking.
Yep. Before Brandon get back to his story, I just ordered your Hidden Valley Ranch ain't gonna get there till like late April, early May, or May, June. But then like I ordered your hot sauce, and then like use some more spray oil, and so that should get there soon. I don't know how soon though.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Professor. I don't know how to repay you.
I don't want to be repaid. You make me laugh.
Listen,
okay.
This is the best way to repay you. Okay. This is the best way to repay her. Do what that man did, that Homestead meant, where he put a tattoo with two pigs doing it, and then it says making bacon. Making bacon, baby.
You just don't know how to
hell to the no.
You just don't know how to
I just heard that.
Making bacon. Shit.
Bacon.
Hell. When I found out they had to slaughter pigs for us to eat bacon, you know what I said? I said, well, shit. Oh, it must be some good pig then, because I love my bacon and sausage and
Hey,
ham and ribs.
bacon
Now,
make it better.
what was Brandon? He was about to tell us his college story. I want to know.
Yeah, come on with it, Brandon.
No. I was teaching. It was my first couple years working. It's doing because we closed the club down here, and it's lucrative to go work up north in another country club that opens up for the summer. So we closed down here, and up north, there's a lot of people, a lot of immigrants that come up. They hire the dishwasher, stuff like that, and one of the guys was a Guatemalan guy, and he was teaching me Spanish, and I was teaching him English. So we would work together, and because we lived together, spending time. And he says, he comes up to me one day, and me and the other cooks are messing around, and he works in the kitchen with us, and he says, Brandon, I need to know what this word means. And I said, yeah, man, what word is it? He says, you and Russ, you call each other this word. I don't understand what it means. Douchebag. What does douchebag means? And I said, okay, well, let me explain what the actual word was. And then I explained to him what it was. And he started laughing. Oh, that's so funny. That's so funny. That's so funny. So then next day we're, at work, and he's in charge of going in front of the house, and his job was filling the salad bar up in front of all the members and everything. It was and he's out there, and all of a sudden I just hear him going, douchebag.
Oh man,
You don't start some shit.
This is a country club. This is a country club. I go,
You don't start some
I'm
shit.
running out of the kitchen as fast as I can. I go, Alex, no, that's not a good word. You can't say.
See, you get other people in trouble using that type of language.
He didn't know. He just thought it was a funny word.
If I had my butt in my switch, I would have got you right there. I would have been like, didn't I tell you not to use that?
screaming it. He's screaming it.
No, I never. No, I never told him that it was a bad word. He just asked me what the word meant, and I told him what it meant, and he had no idea that it was a faux pas to say in or a bad, or it's not a bad word, I guess, but an indecent word to say it in
At a
an
country
upper
club,
country
yeah,
club in the middle of the diner. So
inappropriate.
it's
the country.
inappropriate.
Can I ask y'all something? I don't mean to interrupt y'all. When y'all say country club, it's the country club for rich peoples and sedated peoples and bougie peoples.
Yep, it's for the Sadiddy.
Oh, for the
Yeah,
sedated.
they
For,
you pay a membership to go in.
oh shit, no.
And it ain't cheap.
Listen, they've been kick my damn southern ass out.
Well,
With the bacon.
technically the Moose Lodge is a country club. You know what I mean? But that's
Brandon
just
got a point. Yeah.
for normal people. It's a private club. It's the same aspect. Only difference is their fees are like $100 a year. In the country clubs that I'm working at, it's 20,000 a year for membership.
Oh
So
Lord!
yeah,
Oh yeah,
exactly.
you're in Palm. Yeah, you're in Palm Beach. Y'all's
Yeah.
freaking stuff is down payments for cars and college tuition. I forgot
Yep.
about it.
And
It's something I
homes.
want.
Yeah.
Listen, it's something I want to say, but I don't want to be shady or throw no
Oh
shade.
Lord, throw that
Uh-oh.
shade, D.
Oh,
Throw that
that's
shade.
Listen, I be watching these TV shows and stuff. And every show that you watch these days or back in the day, like Dynasty, like these people that have all that money, that living in these mansions and stuff, they be going
Yeah.
out to dinner and stuff. Do you know they be paying all that damn money, $1,000 for some damn dry damn leaves and some type of damn salad and don't
Oh,
know vegetable oil or nothing
Turkey
beyond it.
wings.
They,
Yeah.
they they pay me uh a
you
year's
said
salary
turkey wings.
uh just for me to cook for them for 6 months. So yeah, I see
Here,
what they put their money on.
here's the thing.
It's nothing for them.
And I'd
Here's
be
the,
like, what meat at? What a meat at? What a
yeah, I hear
baked
that all the
chicken?
time.
What a
I
baked
hear that all
chicken
the
at?
time.
What a potatoes at? What a onion? What a bell pepper?
Where's the
What a
meat
pork
at?
chop at? What's something that's gonna stick to you? And they be giving them
Hey,
little small portions. That little dry. No
I
offense,
started.
no offense,
Hey,
Brandon. I ain't trying to throw
no,
no
no,
shade at you. I ain't talking.
no.
I ain't
I'm not
talking
taking
about
no
you.
offense.
I ain't talking about you. But you know how. Well, I ain't finna hold it in. You know how some of these
Whoa!
rich ass Sedita peoples is. They be eating that little meal. They be like hors d'oeuvres and ortiz and partay and pate and what is this?
Caviar.
Hey,
Caviar.
hey, D, believe it or not, I know. Yeah,
That's
I'm
cargo.
the one who feeds them.
Nope. I wasn't
Hey,
throwing shade. I
you
wasn't
know the
throwing
funny thing
shade at
was,
you, Brandon, or nobody. I'm just
no, I work for them. I'm not. Hey. Well, when I started 20 years ago, I started, and it was funny. And the guy that was getting me the job there, he says, "Listen, you're going to be working for the richest people in the world, and you're going to be making them whatever they want to eat, and
mm.
what they
You're
want
gonna
to
give them
eat,
your meat. Yep, they want your meat.
what
Hot
they
stuff.
want to eat, what they want to eat is grilled cheese sandwiches, BLTs, and hamburgers for lunch."
There you go.
And that's
You
what.
gotta make it the richest way the most
No, they just I make the grilled cheese the same way I do at home. It's 3 pieces of cheese and 2 pieces of white bread, and that's it.
and
And then they
look
charge them. Then they
and
charge them $20 for it.
oh shit. And then they be like, oh my goodness, this is delectable. Oh my goodness. I wonder what's in this. It's
Delectable.
so tasty.
Wow.
Do you know that
They
Warren
have the little
Buffett
pinky in the air.
Oh my
was
goodness, this is so delightful. But you know what gets me though? You know
what?
what
What's
gets
that, D?
me?
What's that, D?
I'm gonna say one more thing and I'm gonna hush.
No,
I'm I'm pre-
no.
I'm
I like it
prepping.
when you talk. Keep
I'm
talking.
I'm prepping my food too. But guess what though? I noticed some. Have y'all ever wanted to know when y'all be watching these TV shows and them rich people, they be going to these stores buying clothes. You want to know what they do to these clothes? They don't rewash them. They throw them away and go to the damn mall and get some.
Yeah. Well,
I'm
they
like,
can afford to wear.
Well,
Yeah.
I can tell you a little something about that lifestyle. Here's the thing, D. Right? Right now, you're living a certain way, dealing with certain people. Not a whole hell of a lot of people are knocking on your door. Just the people you know. Half the time they knock on your door, you're wondering what the hell they're doing there.
exactly.
But when you come into some serious money, those people that were knocking on your door that you didn't know what the hell they were doing there, you'll be finding out because they're going to be letting you know. All of a sudden, everybody that you know and people that you don't know are coming to knock on your door with some kind of financial crisis that they're going through.
Going
And
through.
guess
Yeah.
and guess who they think is going to help them out of their crisis?
The
You,
poor
Huh?
people.
No, you Double D,
you boo
because
boo.
now you got the money.
Yep. They
So
come.
what happens?
They ain't help
Eventually
me.
you get tired of that. And some people don't get it. You could tell them directly in their face, listen, I'm not your personal bank. Don't come knocking on my door. Leave me the hell alone. Guess who keeps knocking on your door?
Them same people.
Those same people. So now you know what you start doing? You start doing things to isolate yourself.
I
You
sure
start
will.
you start doing things. You stop walking around demonstrating that you got it like that because you don't want to attract that attention no more. You get tired of that. And then you know what you start doing? You start signing up for country clubs. Why? Because in the country club, everybody's just like you. Everybody else got money too, and they're not gonna come. And you're gonna develop a different problem at the country club. At the country club, everybody's all up in your business, nosy, and it's all done to gossip about you, which is a different thing, a different nuisance. But they ain't coming to knock on your door, trying to have you get them out of their financial crisis.
I understand where you coming from. Cause trust and believe. I watch them on TV every day, and I be looking. I be like, so y'all mean to tell me y'all throw y'all dirty clothes away instead of donating them so y'all can go?
No, they don't know. They're not all like that. Some of them will wear their clothes and wash them until the color comes off, and still wear it. There are some, like the owner of what's this? The professor brought him up one day. IKEA. The owner of IKEA. Man, that dude.
That's Ingvar Kamprad.
He would not. He don't spend money. Carlos Slim is another one. He don't spend money. Buffett don't spend money.
I was just about to bring that up, and y'all kept
they don't.
Warren Buffett still eats at the same.
He eats breakfast at McDonald's,
and he eats at the same steakhouse in his town that he did before he got rich.
Yeah, and he drives his own car, a used car. That's good. That he buys used cars, and the only time he changes it is when his daughter gets fed up and is embarrassed about what he's driving, and she gets on his case about it.
So none of the parking lot is filled with member cars. When I am there, there's no Lamborghinis there. There's no there might be a Porsche or two, but generally it's all the Lexuses, stuff like that. But there's no like high end. That's across the street in Trump's. They've got the Ferrari shows and stuff like that.
Right. The very wealthy are not impressed when another wealthy person shows off their wealth like that. They look at them like they ain't all that.
And it's funny that you were saying something about the eating habits, because we had one guy there. The cheapest thing on our menu is a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
How much did he? $5?
And I think I think it's $10. Okay.
So that damn peanut butter and jelly sandwich better do wonders. It better fly me around the damn world.
It'll
blow you out.
It's $17 for a BLT.
Shit, I can make that for free at the damn house.
But you got to understand what you're paying for. You're paying for that privacy. It ain't the meal that you're paying for. It's the privacy. It's the fact that nobody could just come in off the street and see you, recognize you, and say, "Oh shit, hey, it's D. Let's get his autograph, yo D," and interrupt your whole meal. You get tired of that shit. Yeah. So that's what you're paying for. You ain't paying for it. Ain't the actual food you're paying for. It's for that.
It's the privacy of you being here, pretty much.
Yeah, the environment.
Hold on, I'm gonna turn my camera off for a minute, but I'm still here.
Okay, as long as you're listening, because I want you to hear. I want you to hear this.
I want to watch you. I want to watch you eat.
So the cheapest thing we got is a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and then one of the members learned that lettuce, tomato, and onion are free on any topping on any sandwich. There's no charge on that. So they were ordering a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with lettuce, tomato, and onion every day. That was the sandwich that they were eating because they didn't get an upcharge.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. when you
A
see
peanut
when you
butter.
see
No. Listen, you're not listening. Peanut butter and jelly sandwich with lettuce, tomato,
yeah,
and
you're right.
onion.
I thought it was the BLT.
That is the
I thought it
most
was the BLT.
disgusting
No, I'm
thing.
sorry. Yeah, that's pretty silly. That's pretty silly. I'm sorry, I wasn't listening. Yeah.
No, that's all
That's
right.
tremendous.
It's like,
No, but I'm gonna tell you
I mean,
something
could you
right now.
imagine? I mean, you either get
These
peanut butter and
celebrities,
jelly.
when you see these celebrities paying all this money to go to these exclusive places, they're paying for like what Homestead said. You're paying for the environment. You're paying for the security. You're paying for the isolation. That's what you're paying for. You ain't paying for
The actual sandwich. It damn sure ain't my peanut butter and jelly
that's what
sandwich. Even though I do
nah.
make I do make a good PBJ, but you know,
Yeah, but that's not. Yeah, but you know, people don't
they're
realize
not
it.
coming there for that.
Fame and fortune, you can keep the fame. I'll take the fortune all day, but I ain't messing with that fame. That fame is absolutely horrendous. That fame will make you put out more money than you need to. That's why these celebrities go broke. Um, well, two reasons. One is that they spend a whole lot of money on nonsense.
Yeah.
Not just the celebrities, but also the sports figures on absolute nonsense.
Well, they
And
say that most people that win the lotto spend it within the first year.
yeah, they go bankrupt. They're back to square one.
Yeah.
After winning hundreds of millions, they're back to square one.
Isn't that crazy?
That's poor money management. And the professor's been talking about that lately on her videos.
Especially, I got a video coming out at 10 o'clock tonight, which is an hour. I'll be in the bed probably by then or getting ready to go to bed, about Shannon Sharp.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been doing content on him, child.
Yeah. Double
This
D
is my
has.
thing. I'll just break down what I said. Your mentality has nothing to do with whether you're rich or poor. If your mentality does not match your spiritual, your financial, and your I forgot what the other thing was. It was 3 pillars I came up with. It was spiritual, financial, and I forgot what the third one was. Oh yeah, spiritual, physical, financial.
Mm-hmm.
If your mindset doesn't change, you're always going to take losses. Shannon Sharp is in the mindset. Remember last year when he said he accidentally recorded himself doing the horizontal poke on the phone with the woman. You could hear it in the background.
That's quite an accident.
That was quite
that was
an accident.
Michelle.
Now 2025, this Shannon Sharp's mentality doesn't tell him to think about his actions, and that's why he's going to continue to take L's, as in losses, so long as he doesn't change his mentality. Your lack of good mentality is what makes you broke, because without that the other pieces won't fall into place. Now that's just my opinion.
No, that's not an opinion, that's a fact.
Your men, if you talk to people who lost money after the lottery, because I've watched a show that was on cable about lottery winners who had won multi-millions and lost it within less than 5 years.
Yeah.
Yes. That's what I was talking about.
Yep. What they're telling you, even these sports athletes who were wealthy, look at Terrell Owens. It's their mentality that screwed them up.
Yeah. You gotta, if you come from poverty and you don't learn money management, which is why I target the hood, you will not develop the mindset necessary for you to grow financially. You're not gonna grow.
That's a fact, but look at, even if you were a Nepo baby, you know who Emma Roberts is, right?
Yeah.
Actress Julia Roberts' niece.
Yeah.
Back when this thing in New York called a cronut was taken off, it's a mixture of a croissant and a donut.
Yep.
She threw a temper tantrum because she couldn't use her celebrity to get in.
Right.
That's a mentality thing. Let me tell you what she was subliminally saying. My auntie is Julia Roberts. My daddy is Eric Roberts. So I should be able to get what I want.
Right.
Yes. Entitlement.
Yes.
That's the entitlement mentality. Yep.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's still mentality, though.
It is.
If your mentality does not change, the other pieces are gonna fall apart. And Shannon Sharp gonna keep on taking. Then he got there. Let me explain. Me and my lawyer, Shannon. As soon as they made the allegations, you let your lawyers handle it and keep your freaking mouth shut. That's what the rich do, Shannon.
And with the advent of social media, you really need to understand you have a bullseye on your back. If you're a celebrity and you got money, you got a bullseye on your back. You got to understand that. You can't just be dropping your drawers wherever you feel like it and think that.
And the thing
And that's
is,
what that was. Yep.
if you ain't
Obi too,
guilty, and the thing is, if you ain't guilty, why is you offering an amount of money to keep their mouth closed?
because it doesn't stop.
That's what I'm saying. He may as
It
well
doesn't stop.
pay.
Okay,
He
so
made
back to
one of
the
the women's that he was with dropped a lawsuit against her will.
yeah, back to the country club. See, you're not going to experience that type of approach in a country club.
Yep.
Okay, that's why you pay the extra money, so you're not around people who will look to find some ways to take stuff from you. Look at
And
Kobe.
anything that does happen, it's swept under the rug, and everybody turns a blind eye to it.
So you didn't sign an NDA, Brandon?
What's that?
You didn't sign a non-disclosure agreement?
Me personally, no.
Okay.
No. But I also was hired 20 years ago.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah.
Some of these new guys, that's a good possibility. I'm under strict, I can get fired at any time for taking video, pictures at the club, stuff like that. That's why I'm very discreet about my videos that I put up. The videos that I put up are in the back of the house. It's just me and the cooks or whatever. I took when I first started, I had a few videos of me just in the front of the house, and I took those down just to be safe, so I didn't have to worry about it,
Yeah.
Because technically they can come to me tomorrow because I've been there for 20 years and I'm a key player in the club. The worst thing they're going to do to me is say, "Hey, you can't post that." And I'll say, "Yeah, all right, I'll take them down," and that'll be the end of it, And then I'll remove all of the anything from any of my videos that are online. But I did sign a thing that said that I was there. I agreed to not post on social media, etc.
Here's the thing. If I'm all three of y'all's lawyer and y'all make, I'm talking about, even if it's 10 million, I'm going to say all of y'all are worth 200 million, for example.
Mhm.
And you're facing the same thing Shannon Sharp is facing. I'm going to tell you to lay low because I'm your counsel and let me handle that.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how it's supposed to be done. You're supposed to keep your
why-
mouth shut and let you do your thing.
Yeah, and that's why people are saying Shannon ain't too sharp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You sure ain't.
Yeah.
I'm like, Shannon, why are you making these videos saying this? You still, this is what I'm going to tell y'all, because in my video, right, if you can't watch it, I was friends with a girl years ago, and I didn't say the gender in the video. She met a guy, and he turned out to have lied about some stuff. I said, I'm going to ask you a question. You didn't know this person that well. Did you Google him? Well, ain't nobody got time for that. You know what I straight told her?
Red flag.
No, know what I straight told her? Okay, then you got time to get played. She got silent on the phone. Then she said, "Oh, you know, you're kind of right." I said, "Google won't tell you everything, but something gonna show up, boo boo."
Yeah.
Right.
The first thing people's need to start doing before they get to know a person. Cause I have to, like, I still do this to this very day. I look and see if they have any social medias. If I see they got any Facebook, Instagram, I'll be stalking. Cause I be trying to make sure it's legit. Cause you know what I'm saying? If
Yeah.
you ain't got no social media, I ain't talking to you because everybody got social media. Everybody got a social media. Even Betty White, God bless her soul, had a social damn media.
Yeah. Yeah. And going back to
Oh wow.
Sharp and things like what happened to Sharp, you're again, when you're wealthy, you got a target. Look at Kobe Bryant, and that he almost went to prison for life. What was it, Colorado? Over that girl. Maybe it's easy. You're having a great time with whoever it is that you're with. Um, Everything seems sweet and everything, and then all of a sudden, you get a letter in the mail saying you got to appear in court, and you're wondering what the hell that's all about. Well, that very person that you were with, having that great time, they played you. They played
This
you. Now they're accusing you. Now they're accusing you of doing something inappropriate.
But see, look how well it turned out for Kobe, because you know what Kobe did once them allegations dropped? He shut his darn mouth and let his lawyers handle.
Right. Right. But the point that I'm trying to get at is that when you got money and celebrity status like that, you got to be extra careful. You can't be like the average person anymore.
Because it's one thing if he had known her 20 years ago, but he made these stupid mistakes after he already got Club Shay Shay, got his own freaking liquor and stuff. Like, Shannon, what's wrong with you?
They okay, so they don't have the mentality of being in that section of society.
Do you see what I'm saying? It's gonna always go back to mentality, and if you do not change your mind, everything else is a house of cards waiting to fall. It's just what it is.
The average person has no idea the dangers associated with being a part of that group. They think that you got the money and you could do anything. Listen, there's a lot you could do. There's a lot you can get away with, but there are a lot of traps too, and you got to be careful with those traps.
I feel like if you look at her photos, she was a walking disaster. How did Shannon not figure this out? But all he saw was the physical. Do you see what I'm saying?
He wasn't. It was booty over brains. That's what it was.
You don't get that.
Oh, that is excellent. Excellent. Booty over brains. Yes.
At work, we call it the magic triangle.
Yeah, the magic triangle, the golden triangle. Yeah, the golden triangle. Booty over brains. Yeah, they see that booty, and it's like, you got to think about the consequence. Now, part of the mentality is understanding that there could be consequences, and what are those consequences? Because there are plenty of examples, especially now with social media. You can see plenty. Even D made content about Shannon Sharp.
I did.
And his isn't the only one. There are plenty of content creators that did content on the very subject.
I didn't want to, but then I realized that mentality, but keep going.
Yeah, so then there's no okay, you want to know the consequences of being one of these aggressive rappers? Plenty of information out there. Plenty of rappers that have been unalive, threatening their ops in some of the raps that they make, some of the videos that they make. So there are examples out there that you can learn from, but once again,
I'm
that's the
not
98.
I'm not defending what Diddy did, but that dude was smart enough to hide behind his lawyers for decades.
Yeah.
That's why he got by with it for so long.
And he recorded enough stuff to have leverage.
See, that's the thing I'm trying to tell people, because everybody think that Diddy just gonna go down. See, the thing about it is, I think those recordings got stuff on it that's gonna more so incriminate other people than himself.
Exactly.
That dude knew
Leverage.
what he was doing. He ain't no dummy. You don't get to his level and become a dummy.
No.
Shannon Sharp is one of the fewest not so bright tools in the shed.
Right.
I think
Right.
Club Shay Shay will still do fine. His liquor will still do fine. But the fact that he had to step down from ESPN, when you have that many indiscretions with women in a row,
they're gonna cut ties because they're gonna see you as a liability.
now the last year we just thought, okay, that happened. He accidentally left his phone on. He wasn't. This time around, it's like, how many
Accidentally
times
left his phone.
do you see what I'm? But you see what I'm saying? How many accidents you gonna keep having, Shannon? And look, I'm not blaming him. In my video, I said I don't know who's lying and who's telling the truth in these allegations. What I'm saying is when you get to a certain level, if your mentality never changed, you're gonna lose everything else in the end, because then you have to have that first.
Here are two prime examples of changing their mentality. One is Master P.
Oh yeah, that dude had a huge mentality. You don't see him getting into nothing. And his son Romeo either.
Right. And
you talking about Master P the rapper?
Yeah, Master P the rapper.
No,
Master P the rapper.
That dude is rich, dude. I'm talking about.
He's a billionaire.
He's a billionaire, but you just
I didn't know that. I remember listening to him in the 90s, but
he was thugged out in the 90s. He had the gold teeth, the whole shit. The chains.
He's a bona fide money man.
Go find a picture of him now. See if he's wearing any of that stuff.
Facts. He did what he
I
had.
He's I don't know if you can see.
Yeah. Look at the difference between back then, all thugged out, and now.
It's a side by side, actually. It just happened to be the Google.
Okay, but he's still just wearing a gold chain. He still ain't thugged out, though.
He's not thugged out. It changed.
Excuse me 1 minute. Hang on. I got to figure out how to mute this real quick. Excuse me 1 minute.
Okay. So, Mr. Burns, like I said, this stuff you did, what you're doing now with your investments, you couldn't be where you are without mentality, because your mentality told you that you had to do these things.
Listen, the changes I had to make were dramatic, to say the least.
I'm a guest host.
Yeah.
Dramatic, to say the least. Because I was a social butterfly. Listen, I got yeah, that's cool. I got people recently, like 2 weeks ago, that were talking about an incident that took place at one of many parties that I attended, where when I went in, the atmosphere was one way. When I walked in, and I'm not even exaggerating. This is them telling the story, not me. Yeah. The minute I walked in, everybody went quiet. The music stopped, and when everybody saw me, all of a sudden there was an explosion, an uproar, and the party just got amped up, like they were waiting for me to show up, like I was some kind of whatever, like a party wizard or something.
Wow.
And it was to that degree. I was
well, that's your personality, though.
It's my personality. But the point I'm trying to make with that is that all that had to change. All that one day I'm driving and I'm saying to myself, you know, my parents were members of the upper class. My father was a chemical engineer. He was in government. My brother was a doctor, so was his wife. I got engineers and doctors and lawyers in my family. I passed a specialized test to 3 of the top academic high schools in New York City that were very hard to get into, including one apart from them that was for performing arts. I had all this going for me, and I gave into the streets, right? I gave into the streets. So the day came when I said, damn it, if I have all this capacity, where am I going wrong? And it was my mentality. I realized that. I said, nah, I gotta change all this shit. Okay. Yep. First thing I have to do is I have to finish what I start. That was a huge hurdle for me. I've been in the martial arts since I was 9 years old. I didn't start getting my black belts until 30 years later. I kept fighting and school hopping and fighting and doing all that stuff as a brown belt, fighting everywhere.
I'm with you because you were living in the moment. You were living in the moment.
I had to. Well, you know what? My moment had to start including other things.
Yeah, I understand, but I'm just saying, when you were younger, you were living in the moment, and that was more important than worrying about your future.
Yeah, absolutely. So all that had to stop, and it wasn't easy. Okay.
Yes.
I always had more than one girlfriend at a time. I would have my girlfriend. Yeah. I would have my girlfriend, and I would have my alcohol. That was my other girl, my alcohol. So I was on that alcohol pretty strong. I almost died of alcohol poisoning at one point.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, so everything had to stop.
You're sober now?
Totally. Everything had to stop. All the excuses had to stop.
Yeah.
Looking at my mother, thinking about my mother and her life was one of those things. Hey, Yorktown. What's up? What's up, brother?
Hey.
Curtis is in the house. So all that had to stop. My excuses had to stop. I can't look at my mother and say, Mom, this is just the way it is. I can't say that. Not in front of her. How is it possible that I have to say? My mother had to take control of her younger siblings when she was 12 years old because her dad took off and her mother was sick. So she had to take care of her siblings and her mother and generate an income at 12 years old. So she was sewing clothes at 12 years old to make money to sustain her family at 12 years old. And here I am in my 20s, and I'm coming up with excuses. My mother used to smoke 4 packs of Pall Mall a day.
Ooh,
you want to talk about it? Yeah, you want to talk about an addiction? 4 packs of Pall Mall a day with no filter. One of the strongest. It's only Pall Mall and Lucky Strike. Those are the only 2 strongest cigarettes out there. And she was smoking that thing with no filter. 4 packs a day, and she quit cold turkey. In 1970, she quit cold turkey. Cold turkey. So what can I say to that woman? Nah, Mom, it is what it is. I can't tell her that. This woman gave birth to 14 children. I can't tell her, nah, it is what it is. Of the 14 children, 10 boys and 4 girls that she actually gave birth to, 8 of those boys died when they were toddlers. And she continued strong. How do I tell her? Nah, Mom, I can't do that. It is what it is. That's life. I can't tell that woman that. What excuse am I going to come up with? And here I am drinking, fighting in the street, getting in all kinds of trouble, getting nearly killed due to association with other people. Nah, mom, you don't know what you're talking about. She don't know what she's talking about. Listen, this woman comes here with her husband, who was threatened to be assassinated by the president. That's why we wound up here, because of that threat. And this woman didn't speak a lick of English. 1982, I'm looking at her pay stub. She's almost at the equivalent of what today would be $600,000 for the year. She became a seamstress. She became a fashion designer for Liz Claiborne. We're talking about a woman already in her 40s who doesn't speak a lick of English. What do I tell her? What do I tell her as an excuse? Nah, mom, I'm a cab driver. It is what it is. I could have been a doctor. Matter of fact, I was supposed to go to medical school. And that got screwed up too.
Did she give you a hard time? Or did she let you go your own way?
Well,
I want to ask you that.
They couldn't give me the attention that they gave my siblings back in the Dominican Republic. She couldn't. He had 2 jobs. My dad had 2 jobs. I'm alone. The next youngest is already out of the house, married and gone. We're 10 years apart.
That's not
what in New York City. In New York City, which is
that's not the question I'm asking you though. The question was
she had no choice. She had no choice but to let me do what I had to do. She didn't have the time. Where's she gonna find the time to monitor me? She's got 2 jobs.
No. But she could make a statement and say, "Hey."
To who? To me? You're gonna make a statement to me, a woman who don't speak English? I speak English. I'm in the street. What are you gonna tell me? I'm a teenager. I know more than all teenagers know more than their parents. All of them do. Right?
That's what I was getting at, is because I believe you and I have the same kind of spirit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because when I was growing up, I was out of my house at 16. And
what are you gonna tell a 16-year-old who's out of his house? Listen, do this way, and the third, and you'll be better off. What do you know?
Yeah. Well, no, I had to deal with it with my own daughter.
Well, yeah, no. Well, look, that's part of human development. I'm 40 years apart from my mother, so when I'm 20 years old, she's 60 years old. Yeah. To me, I know the world as it is now. You don't. You're from whatever time you came from. Times have changed. You don't know nothing. Yeah. I know what I'm doing. Leave me alone.
No. Yeah. I gotcha. Yeah.
Right? So
every teenager knows more than their parents.
Yeah. But the moment came when I said, you know what? How is it? Look, my brother, his wife, they're doctors. They live a specific type of lifestyle. My cousins, everybody's living a particular type. I'm behind. I'm way behind from where I should be because of the terrible choices that I've made due to my mindset, because of my mindset. And I acknowledge that. So one of the first things I had to do, like I said, is I had to make a decision. I had to finish what I start. So I started with the martial arts. I said, listen, I'm going to get my black belt in one of these damn arts. I don't care what it is, but I'm getting my black belt. I wound up getting my black belt in 4 arts, all within the same year.
But let me stop you. Is that this is years later you decided this?
Right around, I think I showed you guys a picture of myself with my son during a competition. That was in a judo competition. My son, he had the first place medal that around his neck that I won in the judo competition. So the thing was that at that particular year I was a brown belt, and I said, this is it. I'm gonna follow through. No more nonsense. And immediately after that, I got my black belt in judo, then jujitsu, and aikido, and in karate. All 4. No more nonsense. And that laid the groundwork to kill any and all excuses after that. No more.
Yeah.
No more excuses. Opportunities came my way. No excuses not to attempt to grab those opportunities. No.
You literally change your mindset.
Changed it.
You change your mindset and you went in a different direction, and that's the way that you went.
Yeah. And as I was going with these changes, I was learning things about social interaction to keep growing with this new mindset, because it's not just changing the mindset, you also have to grow with it. You got to understand, I'm from the street. I'm raised in the street. I got a particular attitude. You know, you say certain things, you're going to get a particular response from me, a response that may not be favorable for me. Later on, I learned to admire people who joined the military, because no matter how much shit you talk to certain people, a lot of these people in the military, they knew to hold it down. They knew not to respond right away, not to give into their...
I've got a kitchen example when you're done, but go ahead, finish.
Yeah. Oh, I know that kind of stuff goes on in kitchens. I've seen things about kitchens and chefs and things like that.
It's not like Gordon Ramsay, you know. It's not like that in the kitchen.
Okay, but yeah. But with these new interactions, I had to learn discipline and self-control, because prior to this change, you said the wrong thing. I considered that a challenge. I considered that a challenge, and I was ready to fight. I was ready to mother F you, everything. But coming in contact with people who are in the military, listening to some of the stuff that they went through, I was like, oh shit! And you didn't just knock this dude's teeth out? What?
Snap.
You can't do that in the military, because the consequences were severe. Okay, being accused of being insubordinate and all that. Woo! Professor, how bad is that?
The military's gotten more politically correct, but I was in between 1999 and 2007. There was no political correctness. If you challenged them, that wasn't a good thing for you.
Exactly.
You did what you were told. You did what you were told, or else you're gonna go stand before the captain, and that was the end of that.
Yeah, you'll be standing tall before the man after that.
Yep.
Yeah. So I learned from them as well, because I started working for the state, and now I'm in an environment where I'm surrounded by vets. Surrounded. I was low key in that environment, because I really didn't want anybody to know.
I think he was asleep.
Yeah. I didn't want anybody to know that what my fighting skills were, number one, and number two, I didn't want everybody to know what my triggers were, because I noticed that because I was working in a prison, and I noticed that was a big deal. Focusing on people's triggers, that was huge. That's how they manipulated you, by saying things that would get you triggered, make you respond.
That's what I want to talk to you about. Hey, good morning, Sunshine. How you doing, D?
And then those triggers, focusing on those triggers, and I learned a lot from all that, and that helped me. And then finally, I came across this lady in a mall that started up a conversation with me. I don't know why the hell she started up a conversation with me, but we got to talking, and then the subject of the stock market came up. And it's like a light bulb went up in her head, and she invited me to her firm. And in that firm, it was a satellite office for some brokerage out of Maryland. And she, like I said, this was an opportunity. And now with my new attitude, opportunity comes my way, I'm not going to allow fear or doubt or second guessing to come across. We ain't doing that no more. This was an opportunity to participate in a world that I was always fascinated with. I took it. I went. I got dressed up. I got suited up. I went to the interview. Okay, I got in, but nothing was written in stone, basically, because all I was going to do in the meantime, I was going to be a telemarketer, basically, while I studied for my exam to take my broker's license to become a stockbroker. And that was a mega challenge for me. I'm gonna tell you right now, that shit was there was so much shit that I was, I wasn't even trying to understand what I was reading. I wasn't even focused on that. I was focusing on bottling all that shit, and on the day of the exam, unloading. That's it. There was no comprehension. In other words, there was no comprehension. There was just key words, key phrases, key situations that I locked in on. Listen, when I went to the exam, and these people do an extensive background check, just so that you know, okay? Extensive.
Yeah.
They want to know your history, your criminal history, your financial history is very important to them. You get fingerprinted. You get all that shit gets sent to Homeland. And then when I went to go take the test, it was intimidating. Huh?
Similar to joining the army, almost.
Basically, yeah. Or joining some kind of federal law enforcement
and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, or joining some kind of federal law enforcement agency. It was pretty deep. And then what do you call it? It was intimidating. When I went to the test site, I was nervous as all hell. They had cameras everywhere. You had to make sure all your stuff was in order, whatever the case was. It was a 6-hour test. Listen, it was 6 hours. I took every damn minute of that 6 hour to take that test. And the crazy thing is, what made me even more nervous, see, when you're taking the test, it's on a screen. They had cameras all over you. If you had to get up to go to the bathroom, there was a whole procedure to do that. But I never went to the bathroom. And they don't tell you, it's not like when you go take your test for your permit, for your license, where if you got an answer wrong, it tells you right now. You run through the whole exam. You don't know if you got it right. You don't know if you got it wrong. Yeah. And the shit is that once you're done, you go to the desk and they tell you right then and there if you passed or not. And I was nervous as hell. I was holding my breath.
Of course.
That lady was going through everything. Ta 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 ta. I hear the typewriter going. And
just like now, we hear Miss Helms on the typewriter.
Yeah. That was the professor. The professor gave me the results of the exam. D, I saw your message, D.
Hey y'all, I'm sorry. I didn't want to just leave and not say anything.
No, that's cool.
You're gone because you sleeping anyway.
We saw you sleep.
You're not now, buddy.
Okay, well, I'm gonna let y'all go and thank y'all for inviting me and letting me come.
You're always welcome, D.
Yep.
Well, I hope y'all have a great night.
You too, buddy. Stay fresh.
Have a good night, D.
Thank you.
So I'm on this I'm waiting. This lady's about to give me my results, and I'm nervous as all hell. This is the first time I take this test. I was nervous as all hell. And there is a failure rate, a super high failure rate. And I'm thinking, damn, I didn't understand half the shit I answered. That shit looked crazy to me. And when the lady said I passed, I almost passed out. Never mind passing. I almost passed out. I said, holy shit, are you kidding me?
Really? Are you sure?
Yeah. That's where my head was at. Listen.
Yeah.
There were so okay. It's one of those tests where you got multiple choice answers, but at least two of them
It's like the
they
ASVAB test.
they're so they are so damn close to each other
Yes.
that you don't that maybe because one used the letter A on one end of the sentence as opposed to the other end, it would have been right or wrong.
Difference between exactly. Come on.
So when I passed, I was freaking out. I was like, oh shit.
I had to take the ASVAB test.
Ooh, wait.
Miss Helms, you're familiar with that, right?
Yeah, but
That's for the military, right?
Yeah, because I took it. Alabama made it mandatory for high school, starting with my brother's graduating class. But my graduating class, it wasn't mandatory.
Okay. When I took it, I was 22 years old. Most of the people that were taking the ASVAB test were 17 years old. As you said, they're in high school. They're the high school seniors taking that test. At that time, I had already completed a year of diesel mechanic school, and 2 years of actual life working in construction and etc. I scored extremely high on that. You know. No, where the hell was I going with that? You were saying something, Solomon. What were you just saying before that?
About prepping for the test.
I don't know. Now I lost my train of thought. Oh well. All right, it's gone.
It'll come back. When it comes back, let me know. So, had it been before my change of mindset, I would have come up with an excuse not to even take the test, not to even participate in this brokerage. Nothing. I would have been a self-defeatist. I would have been creating my own glass ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
But I was done with all that. So then, also with the trucking, that was another thing. When I started the course, it was somebody. Both the state and the trucking were things that somebody else encouraged me to do. And instead of coming up with an excuse not to do it, I came up with a reason to do it.
Yeah.
So with the trucking, I had to go. It was an hour drive to get to the trucking school every day for 5 days. Oh, and here was another obstacle: getting to places on time. That was another struggle for me. But with the trucking school, I wasn't playing with that. Again, change of mindset. Let go of the excuses. Look. I was looking at my mom as an example. I can't keep coming up with an excuse. I can't look at that woman in the face and come up with excuses. There's no way. After everything she went through, there's no way. So I said, no, I'm going to make it to this course on time every day. No excuses. I made it to school on time every day. No excuses. I went, did the whole thing with the truck. Again, I passed it the first time around. I don't know how, but I passed it the first time around. I got a job within a month at a trucking company. I had to drive an hour and a half each way to get to that trucking company to go to work. And those days, those were 16-hour work days. So basically, of my 8 hours off, I had 3 hours gone just driving to and from. And I only had 5 hours to myself each day to eat, sleep, and shit.
Bathe and get yourself ready for the next
day. And interact with my family. That's it.
Yeah.
And then I had split days off, so I never really got to actually rest fully.
Yeah.
Because the first day of my day off, I was running around taking care of some other shit. And, interacting with my son and all that other good stuff. So, yeah, mindset and humbling myself. So those are the two things that helped me get to where I am now. Mindset and humility and consistency. For me, I always talk about discipline and consistency, but that's for the market. But for myself to make my changes, discipline, humility, and consistency. Those three things. It was the only way.
Well, you got to get ahead. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then doors started opening.
You exactly. You know, once you start doing that, the shit starts appearing for you.
Well,
Like you
it
said,
helped me. It helped me when I was a landlord. When I was a landlord, it helped me a lot because every time I had to go to court, the judges, I don't know what it was, but the judges treated landlords like shit. And
well, there's a
thank
lot
God,
of slumlords. They've dealt with. You got to remember.
Well, I had slum tenants.
Yeah.
I had slum tenants. I had tenants that were destroying the property just because I wouldn't take some money off their rent.
Yes.
I had this dude. He wanted me to deduct $50 every week just because he dragged his garbage bin out to the front so that the city could pick it up.
Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah.
Right. And even with that, and the other bullshit he was doing, even with that, the judge was treating me like shit.
Yeah.
And had it been prior to those changes that I made,
yeah,
it would have been nothing for me to just tell the judge to go fuck himself, just like that.
That wouldn't have ended well.
No, it wouldn't have. It wouldn't have been. It wouldn't have ended well at all. But that was my mindset prior to those changes.
Yeah, no.
I would have told the judge, who the fuck do you think you are? Yeah.
I'm gonna take Max in. I'm with DeAndre. I'm nodding out. I gotta get up early.
Professor, you think this is it?
Yeah, this is about it. But the point is, but that's my last point. Your mentality got to change, or the other
gotta change.
Never will.
Gotta change.
That's all I gotta say because I'm not myself. So
okay.
Max agrees.
Hey, everybody else. Curtis, I don't know if you stayed. Homestead, thank you so much, everybody, for coming in.
Thank you all. Have a good night.
Yeah, everybody.
Hey, y'all. Stay fresh. Keep it moist. Keep it profitable. Like Duncan, huh?
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
Thanks, Brandon. Hey, I'm sorry I didn't let you remember that thing there. Next one.
No, that's all right. I've already forgotten it. It's no big deal.
All right.
Another time.
Yep.
Oh, have a good night.
Be cool, y'all. Be cool, y'all.
Drive safe. Drive safe.
I promise.